Yes, welcome to Wizard Reasoning. As I said before, sometimes we do it a little different. This is the reasoning that talk about things people don't talk about. I talk about stuff where people don't talk about. You know, sometimes I do it a little different, you know, but I try to talk about stuff that other vloggers don't talk about. But I'm asking you please to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to build, you know, this is the wizard reasoning. I try to indulge in other culture. I try to exchange with the Jamaican culture, so whenever time you listen the wizard reasoning, you can learn about the Jamaican culture too, because I try to teach you know my viewers about the Jamaican culture, because I have overseas viewers and I have viewers in Jamaica too. So I try to, you know, go beyond. So what I really want to talk about is sometimes some things happen and we wondering why this person is like this. The topic is about growing up, the way how you grow up, in your community, the way how you grow up in your community. Some people get opportunity and some people never get it. So I want to just explain the reason for that. You know, why people didn't get certain opportunity and why people get the opportunity. You know, but as kids growing up, you know, going to school, living with your parents in the community, there's a old saying the community grow the kids. You know, one community, one world community help grow the kids, not just your family alone. Everybody. It all depends on what you say, what you hear, how people say things. You know, so yeah, the community, certain community in Jamaica, you have kids go to school in the community. Some of them slow and some fast. So who slow, they need help. They need help from home and they need help from the classroom. Just guide. You need to just guide them. Because I realize, become a adult, become a man, I realize that these things is very important to develop the brain. And when you grow up in a community where people are not aware of these things, it is a problem. It is a problem. Your father don't know of these things. Your mother don't know of these things. Sometimes the parents, the kid not even grow up with no father. Sometimes I just the mother alone. And the mother not really know much. So, yes, you send that kid or that child to school, and that child go to school. And when he go to school, because he is not properly, dressed properly, that kid probably not good looking as the rest. And that kid coming from a home where he or she didn't get much love, you know. So when you go into that classroom now, the teacher pay you very little attention. All right, let's say 12 of you in that classroom, and say say 6 of you guys slow, right? And 6 fast. Learn very fast. When I said fast, I mean learn quickly. Catch on quickly. They are not slow, but 6 slow. So what happened? And this happened over and over the years it happened. The teacher, he doesn't pay the slow one no mind. He pay the fast one mind. He doesn't spend no time with the slow one. He spend time with the fast one. So those slow kids keep moving from one class to the other, knowing nothing, and they keep move them. So they come up in the system. You know, they go home, leave school, go home. The parents not even say to them, say, let me see what you learn. Let me see in your book. Nothing. So they just keep moving from one class to the other and don't know nothing. Okay? And let me tell you, me, I was born in the 60s, 70s. So this type of behavior been happening. I born come see these things happening. And it happened during my time. You understand me? Because I was a victim of this type of behavior. And let me tell you something. This is what caused some community to be like this until now. And it affect the country. I don't know if other country have this type of behavior, or if it affect them in anyhow. But I know it affect Jamaica. I know that. Because this is what happened. But lately I learned that, you know, the government try to put things in place now, stating that they're gonna have a program where they're gonna make students keep sitting these class, you know, try not to have them move from one class to the other until they properly learn. You know, I think they gotta put things in place. But I think it was the third party who come up with this idea. The UIC. The UIC talk about this in their manifesto. So now the present government take it and running with it like say is them. But it was the UIC come up with it. Anyhow, because I listen, I've been listening and see what's going on. But this is why Jamaica is like this right now, you know. The education system, man, messy, you know. But since the 80s, 90s, not even say the 80s, since the 90s, coming up to the year 2000, things kind of slightly changing in. Things kind of change. You know, the younger people, they are more understanding. They are more hungry for the education. You know, they are more learning about the problem and they are stepping up, you know. Because when I go back home, when I visit back home and look at the development, even in my community, man, I feel so good. I feel so good, you know. I mean, a lot of the kids, them grow up, them become something good, helping back their parents, you know. House building up, you know. They have good jobs. They started to help the parents. Man, I feel so proud when I see that, you know. I'm seeing changes happening, you know. The younger generation, they are right on point, you know. And I'm so happy, you know. And I am trying to do my little that I can do, you know, because trust me, without education, it really becomes hard, you know. Trust me, it come hard, but let me tell you something, man. When you're in our community and there is nobody to lead you, when you're a kid. Because let me tell you something, when you're 14, there you think a certain way. And when you reach age 18, you think a certain way. You understand me? And when you reach like 19, 20, you started to think different. So every stage you started to understand things from a different level. You understand me? So as I said before, some kids born with a brain where you're fast. That's how the world is. Some faster than some. It's just like you have good and bad, and you have negative and positive. You understand me? Some kids fast, some kids slow. You understand me? So if the slow one, them not get no good guide, or get no good teaching, trust me, then I go grow. Then I go grow good, or reach the stage where them supposed to reach good. So that are one of the main problem in Jamaica. That's one of the main thing affect Jamaica. And in my community where we grew up, is like how only certain people did have the understanding and know the true value of an education, and they take it for themselves. They didn't try to share it or try to help, you know. And I remember good growing up, the type of people them who were more educated than and the rest, and they would hold their head high and look down on the rest, and this happened out throughout Jamaica, you know. This is what happened, you know. I remember one time there was a certain particular person in the community. I remember this good. And this happened a couple of years. I remember this man get a few computer to help the community. That's the community can have access to the computer. I think he get about 2 or 3 computer. And this gentleman, you know what he did? He take it and bring it to his house. Yeah, he carry it to his house. Just for him family alone to have use of it. So the community suffer. And these are the person who grow up in the community, get a good education, go to college, and could bring back to the community to make the community grow. No, they don't do that. They take it for themselves and walking around, driving around, look at you and laughing at you. They don't try to help the community. And this is why the community couldn't grow. Because the persons who supposed to lead the community, they don't do it. They keep the community down. And them themselves live in the community, and the community cannot grow. So these are some of the problems, And I mean, that Jamaica is a third world country. Jamaica is not a first world country, but there are so much brilliant minds come from Jamaica. If you travel the world right now and look and see, if you ever know much Jamaican working in such important business countries, you wouldn't believe, But as I said before, this is wizard reasoning, and I try to talk about things that people don't talk about, things that affect us and we don't know. This is the things that affect us. I try to talk about these things and let people aware of these things. But these are things that are happening, and if we can go back and look and observe, you will understand what I'm trying to say to you. So my viewers, as I said, please just like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Whenever time I post a video, you will get it. So this is just another reminder to tell us, what's happening, how we were brought up in the community of Jamaica, what affect the community, and what can you do to help the community. So this video is about that, So my viewers, this is where I'm gonna end it for now until next time I come back, and I will come back with another reasoning again. So goodbye for now until the next time. Bye.